afternoon. Beautiful day in Georgia today. We're up probably around 75, 80 degrees out there now. Sun's out, nice and clear. Couldn't ask for a better day. The other day I was on a forum, and you got a bee buzzing around my camera over there. Yeah, get out of here. I was on a forum the other day, and I saw a post on there where a guy was turning. He had a bowl blank on his lathe, and he was basically saying that, you know, this is my last blank and I can't afford to buy another. So I thought I would do a video on how you can get turning blanks at very little or no cost to you at all. So today I'm going to take you up on the hill. I'm going to show you my log pile. I'm going to show you some of the blanks that I have around here and talk about where I got some of this wood from. It's like we'll start out right here, I guess. This piece right here is redbud, and if you saw John Williams, my buddy down in Tampa, if you saw his video, that redbud vase that he did came from that exact same tree right there. I have to cut those limbs every now and then because it's kind of a brittle tree and the limbs break off. I love the trees, but the limbs break off and I have to go out there and do a little bit of, you know, work on them. But that came from my yard. It was just a cutting from a tree in my yard. Then I have like this here, and I had posted in Woodchuckers this type of wood here. I had a couple of truckloads of it that came from my neighbor's house. He was taking it down because it was dead. Well, it wasn't dead, but it was hollow for about the first 12 feet. And when the tree service came and cut it down, the wood was rock solid from about 12 feet on up. So I got a lot of wood out of that. I just got what I wanted and left the rest laying there. But this, I think, is going to make a pretty bowl. It's got moss on it and bark and everything like that. It's a crotch cut, you know. But and over here, and I talked about this in one of my other videos, but I've got a pile of wood over here that a guy just gave me. He owns a cabinet shop. That is a great resource for wood turners. This cabinet shops, you know, they've got all these cutoffs that all they do is throw them away. But look at this. It's a cutoff. It's junk to them, but it's two bowls to me. You know, I can cut this here. I've got two 6-inch bowls right there if I want. Or I can plane it and join it and plane it, and I can put them together. Or I could join it and plane it, and I could make one big, thick economy bowl out of it. There's tons of things you can do. This is a cherry tree that was cut downtown. Tree service called me and said, "Hey, I've got a cherry tree over here. If you want some of it, come and get it." There's me some bowl blanks. And I can even turn these boards into bowls. I mean, into boards if I want to. But, you know, it's just, it's more a question of how bad do you want it. You know, if you want to turn, you can always find something to turn. It doesn't have to be exotic woods or anything like that. We're about to go up on the hill, and I'm going to show you some places you can get wood. And we'll get started on that right now, and I'll be right back once I kind of get my stuff together to go up there. Wow. What a junky old nasty looking piece of wood right there. I found this thing. It's been up on the hill for a good while. I've got my log piles up here and stuff like that, and I've got another one down here. That one right there was full of ants. It actually came out of this ant bed, which I'm hopefully gonna get destroyed pretty soon. But I keep a lot of logs around here because I really like you know, wood turning. Wood turning's fun, and but what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna see what I can get out of this thing. Just gonna see what kind of surprises may be inside. If you look, I've flipped it over out of this hole, and I mean, if you look here, I mean, there's vines actually growing up through this. It's nice and rotten, which what I see there is basically a stump that's full of all kinds of different colored woods and things like that. We'll see. It may be too far gone, but it's going to have to be a long way gone before it's actually unusable. All right. Well, I'm gonna get this thing and start trying to cut it up, and I will be right back when I get that started. All right. Let's see here. There's ants in that one too. Okay, well, start out with, pretty sure I'm gonna dull my chain when I get started cutting this up, but I think there's probably some good wood in here. Certainly the whole stump won't be good, but maybe I can find some good blanks in there. Looking here, this was 3. I guess this was where there was 3, a triple fork in this thing. So I think what I'm going to try to do is cut that out, cut out this one, cut out that one, you know, and just kind of open this thing up, see what I get out of it. So we'll see here. Let me get this thing turned around here. I can run my saw down through there. And yes, like I said, probably gonna dull my saw up pretty good, but that's 5 minutes with a file. Maybe I'll get some good stuff out of this. It's definitely worth 5 minutes with a file. About 6-inch slices. That's good solid wood right there. And I can cut this down into bowl blanks or vase blanks. There's even actually good wood here also. Maybe you can see that. Let me stand some of these up and see if I can't get you in here to where you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. All right, that didn't take but a minute. And you can see, I mean, look at these blanks that I've got now. I mean, they are very nice. And all I did, I just sliced it down. I did, you know, maybe 6-inch slices thereabout. I'm not even trying to be, you know, very accurate with it. So, and I don't even know if this here is any good or not. We'll see. Nope, that's pretty much gone. But that's fine, because I got a lot of good wood out of it. Now this wood has been sitting up here. Hold on a second, I'll talk about this wood for a minute. All right. If you all saw my video on sealing wood grain, wood turning end grain blanks or whatever, I think it was like my 3rd video or something. It was a long time back, but it was this tree that I had cut that pecan from that I was sealing the ends on, and ever since then this wood has been sitting right there in that spot where I just rolled it from. It's been sitting up here, it's been spalting, it's been getting rotten. That's probably been at least 18 months or more. You know, and yes, it does have a lot of rot. This piece right here, I can't use. Most of this back here from the back side back there is not going to be able to be used. But I've got some really good turning blanks here that I can use. This one here, right there, all of them. And this one right here, it's about 6 inches thick. I'll get me a couple of nice, pretty vase blanks out of that. And if some of it is punky and stuff like that, I'll use a wood hardener on it and harden that up to try to keep that look, and then I'll finish turning it from there. But this right here is a good place to find wood, and it's just a rotten log is all that was. Or that's what I thought it was. It's covered with dirt. It was it had ants in it at one time. So hey, we can always find wood. You can always find wood to turn. And I'm going to make a lot of projects out of that. could even cut this down. I could even cut this down right here into pin blanks. You know, look at all that. It actually, it'd be a shame to throw that away. But I'll throw it on there too. The rest of all of that, right over here. I guess I can't see my screen. I guess I'm on it. The rest of that, I'm just gonna throw away. But you can see here what I got. Oh, there it is. I can see it now. But this is what I got. I got a wheelbarrow full of blanks out of that one rotten stump. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I started out this video trying to help a guy out. You know, he had a problem, and this is just kind of my answer to maybe help him out. I've never bought wood. I won't buy wood. Now I buy lumber and stuff, for some projects, but if I can find the trees, storm damaged trees, I don't really like cutting down live trees. But if I see a tree that's being taken down or whatever, buddy, you can bet I'm going to try to get some of it. I've got a lot of different kinds of wood here. Of course, it's all domestic, except for what I got from the cabinet shop. But domestic wood is beautiful too. You don't have to go and spend $10, $20 on a bowl blank from some wood company out here just because they cut it for you and they call it a bowl blank. You can do it yourself. Go buy you an electric chainsaw if you want to, or a little chainsaw is all you need to cut bowl blanks and wood blanks and things for turning. This wood right here is beautiful in my book. I think it is, and there's no telling if I had to go somewhere and buy that what I would pay for it. And I don't know about where you guys are, if you try to sell bowls or whatever, but around this area you'd be hard pressed to get your money back out of a blank that you had bought. It's just hard to get your money back out of it. But anyway, that right there is an easy way to get wood. I've got tons of wood around here, and it's just because when people know me around here now, and they know I kind of look for wood and stuff, and when they've got something coming down, hey, they might give me a call. One thing to watch out for though, don't get into the business of cleaning people's yards. Okay, when you show up, let them know that you're not a tree service and you're not going to deal with all the brush and all the cleanup and the stump grinding and all of this mess. You're not a tree service. Let them know that you're going to come up there and get what you want, and then you're going to leave, and you're going to leave it the way you found it, or what's left of the way you found it. Because when I first started turning, I just wanted wood. I wanted to find all this different kinds of wood and stuff like that. And people would offer me wood. They're like, hey, I've got a tree down in my yard. You want to come and get it? You can have it. That's kind of a catch-all, because when I get there, it's a big tree or whatever, and they're wanting the whole thing gone out of their yard. Well, that's them getting all of that work done for free, and I'm not into all of that. I did it a couple of times, and it will not happen again. I'll tell them, that I will come and get what I want or what I need, and then I'm gone. They can, then they can worry about getting rid of the rest of it themselves, because I'm not a tree service and I'm not a cleanup crew, and I don't have the equipment to do that either. So, but I hope you found this informative. You can get bow blanks from anywhere. You do not have to buy them. You do not have to buy any bow blanks. If you live in the city and there's not a lot of trees, call the Public Works Department. They're always having to trim trees or something like that and get them out of people's driveways or off the right of ways, things like that. Especially after a storm, there's always trees down and things like that. Hey, make sure you've got the right permission to get it, but you can get it. And most people just want it gone. And I hate to see it get burnt. I just hate to see it get burnt. But y'all have a good day. I hope you enjoyed this. And one other thing, this wood here is hard, but a couple of pieces out there that I cut, it's got some rot and stuff on it. If I decide to use that, they sell like cactus juice and all this different kinds of wood stabilizers and stuff like that, and you do have to buy that, and wood hardeners and things like that you can find at your local hardware store. But that's what I'm going to do with that. Now, I won't use it if it's just falling apart, but if it's a little bit punky, I'll use that stuff and it'll harden it right up and you can turn it. But y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all on the next one. See y'all down the road.